clubs? Lagos, let's see what we've got on there. So we're the left dugout, are we, or the right dugout?
Left. Because you're looking at it from here.
Yeah. One smile, Brian. Well, you always used to be smiling at school. Used to put 10,000 on the gate if he was playing.
Certainly did. Improve this a lot. Right, calm down. Sweet. And that's the man and his little dog. And there's one of his books, Let Sleeping Dogs Lie, Let Sleeping Vets Lie.
Oh yes, I remember those titles.
Yeah, well there's his actual manuscript in the bottom.
So you was actually president of the club for...
Yeah. Yeah. Between 1916 and 1995.
Oh
No,
yes, that's it.
That's his date of birth, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is,
and
yeah.
his death. But he was president for a long time. That's his proper name. James Herriot was just his
pseudonym for writing. So this is Director's Suite.
So this is your Director's Suite.
Very nice.
The best view is at night. We've had evening functions here, and when you stand out on that balcony and all the lights are on, it looks quite good.
30,000 pints?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of pints.
Crikey.
Which go as far as you can see that way, and as far as you can see that way.
Which is a long way.
Which is a long way. They're not feeding them up there.
They're in there from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. You're all in home. No way you can have to do it. They keep that up in the 1 o'clock. Down in the kitchen. Just play along. Cheers.
There are two boxes that hold 20 people, and the same at that end. You've got in the middle there 2 boxes where there's 20 people as well.
And these
So
behind
the
it
all
for
10.
10. Yeah.
And a lot of them are taken by here. I think is probably the best. I prefer to be here than upstairs, to be honest. Then I'm getting fussy.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. There's a happy medium between being too close and too far away. I always remember the few of us that have been to Wembley, I managed to get to the family there once. Remember when we played? If you remember, we went up on default. Remember, because there was some.
Right.
Was it Macari and his?
Yes. Swindon didn't go up.
It didn't go up, and we got the place.
Yes.
Although we got beat in the actual final. It was a disappointing final for it, but we were sitting about this sort of level from the pitch, and it was tremendous. In fact, we were next to the director's box in the. Yeah, so this is the key position. I was going to say this is just about the position that you get it on the television. Your armchair.
So on a match day, these tables are all taken by companies.
Oh, are they? Right.
Who purchase
Purchase a table with the with the suite or
with the match ticket.
Oh, right.
The seats are held out in what they call the executive area, and they'll be members of this. I don't know what they pay for that.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, I remember him. He was a star, wasn't he, on the left?
Charlie Early.
Charlie. He was a legend.
Yep.
Is that the First Division Cup, is that?
Yep. Rish Carter, Brian Clough, Len Shack.
Oh, he was a star as well, wasn't
Bobby
he? Brian Clough.
Peter Reid, Charlie Early.
Yeah. I remember I was at the match when Cloughie got his final injury.
Aye, Bury.
It was against Bury on a Boxing Day, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly was.
I remember that to this day. So it sounds as if you were here as well.
Link with both rope making and shipbuilding.
Oh,
so
yes.
Throughout the stadium you'll see various things that link us with coal mining or with shipbuilding.
Yes, of course there was British ropes, wasn't there?
That's right, down at Portobello Lane there.
Yeah, and then we had Durham carpets as well, didn't we?
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice to know that this is used for a carvery on Sunday.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, that's you could make it.
When you're up with your family any time, you could always bring your mum down.
Straight
out of the
boardroom or something, yeah. Yeah, and that's the clock, eh?
That's the clock.
Gosh. Yeah, I remember that.
It's round there if you go and have a walk across.
Oh, right. So you actually come through there, do you?
Upstairs and you come through the door.
Get away. Oh yeah, crikey, there used to be a battle to get through, didn't it?
It did.
Oh, that's a nice touch, that. Crikey. Have we had that many sponsors, have we, on?
Result of an amalgamation of my previous school and another school.
Through it, Gateshead?
Yeah, and it was named after the guy on the back of this miners' banner, who was the miners' leader, who started the miners' union. So he was a forerunner to people like Scargill and so on.
Oh yes.
His name was Thomas Hepburn. He started.
Looks a bit like Scargill, actually.
Well, that's not him. He's on the back.
Oh, it's on the back, is he?
Yeah, Thomas Hepburn. There's Scargill, and that's Thomas Hepburn.
Oh,
so my school was called Thomas Hepburn Community School.
All right. So a bit like Abe Lincoln.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Right. He's not.
Did you not know
alive.
that? Did you not?
I didn't know that. I'm not so bad, you know. I see your car more than I see you nowadays. So what's that? I will if I can. Well, if I can't, I'll find somebody that might be able to. Go on. Certainly would. No problem. Yeah. People, employers and whatever has been as important as the normal reference, which is something you don't see but people send for. So always remember that one. But there's no harm in putting a portfolio together, like you say.
Right. Now this is quite
Dave
small world. Yeah, he was my my Uncle Dave and Auntie Margaret.
Yeah, right.
Yes, they're dead some years now. So he was headmaster at Grange Park after McQueenmouth.
Yeah.
And you now another.
He didn't do anything, you know. He sat in his office and did the Financial Times. Read the Financial Times and did the Times crossword. There was people like George Stafford and Russell Topliff who ran the school. But anyway, Dave Morrison, yeah, and he didn't have anybody to do PE, so I went and joined there, and getting changed for PE was simply, as I say, having your denim studded jacket up, because there was no uniform either.
Yeah, mind you, it wasn't very palatial on the Thompson Park. I mean, we used to get decked out.
There. I mean, it was. Yeah. When you think of the equipment, it was a similar building.
Yes,
was the same. Yes. But when you saw the equipment that they didn't have, that Montweymouth Grammar School kids had, I was amazed.
In fact, I believe somebody was telling me at the reunion that the front of the building and the railings are now under preservation order.
They probably are.
Now, you mentioned your first school, which was?
What, teaching?
Yes.
Farringdon.
Did you know a Brian Duke there?
Yes. Brian Duke came after me, though. Brian Duke was at college below me.
Oh, right, because Brian...
And he's still there.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's just left.
He's just left. He's just retired.
He was there the whole of his teaching career.
Because he married my wife's sister.
Oh, right.
So it's a small world, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Will he know you?
Oh yeah, Brian will know.
He'll know you? Oh, yes. Right, well...
Yes, because I was there for 1 year and Brian came... I used to bump into him because of junior football.
Yes, he took football for many years.
That's right.
Yes.
So I do know Brian.
Yeah, Brian retired last year.
I went to Grange Park, and then I went to Pennywell Comp when it opened.
Yes.
In 1967. Then I went to Rotherham after that.
Crikey, that was it.
I was there for 2.5 years. And then I came back to Gateshead as a deputy head, and I was there for 25 years before I left.
Right. It's a small world because I've been around the country a few times, and when we came back up to Sunderland the last time, we were a close neighbour of Gordon Hopkinson.
Hoppy.
Remember Hoppy?
Oh yes. Well, his mother and father lived next door to my mother-in-law.
Right. So you know Carol as well?
Well, I knew Carol from...
At Fulwell.
Well, West Park she went to.
Oh, did she? And she taught at Fulwell, didn't she?
Well, younger than Gordon.
Gordon, yes, that's right.
Gordon was a helicopter pilot when I last saw him. Before he went... No, sorry, he'd been a helicopter pilot, and he was my teacher when I was on teaching practice at St Columba's School up at the top of where...
Yes, I know St Columba's, yeah, up the steps, yes.
Right, well, Hoppy, as we know, in the sixth form, Hoppy was the class teacher at St Columba's, and that was the last time I saw him, really, to talk to.
Yes, well, I used to play squash with him when I was a neighbour with him in the... when would that be? That would be the mid-80s.
Right, and they never had a family, did they?
No, Wasn't he?
Thanks, pal. Sorry. No, that's really good, John. I'll hold the door. Sorry. Thanks very much. How am I? The dressing room. It's weather change this afternoon for training.
Yeah, I think, has this been on the television? Was this part of the Premier Passion?
Yes, it was. Bobby Saxton on the board.
Is he still?
They've moved him sideways. He now looks after younger players on loans and things.
Oh, yes. So who have they got now as a...
Well, either warm,
yes,
welcoming, and it's not a bad place. They've got baths and showers and toilets and sinks. That's the same both sides. What they don't get away from home is the next room, where they do tend to play a head of tennis or whatever. And then in here, it's all a mess at the moment.
This is just a warm-up room, so
But
before
it
they
is
go
a
on.
warm-up room with various equipments for them to use when they're here.
Oh, yes.
And this is not available.
Yes.
Colours are dour, unwelcoming, and the pegs are single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now if you...
And there's one other thing missing.
If you've got a squad of something like... And then we'll come down here.
Oh, is this the...
For coffee, yeah?
Oh, is that what it
Come out
is?
too. So by now your players are lining up in the tunnel, and that is played extremely loudly around the stadium, and everybody knows now that players are about to come out.
Yes.
It changes tempo, and then the run out. Now you'll have seen that on the telly.
Yes, yeah. So who chose that then?
I don't know, but it's now part of the tradition. Now, as I said to you, the pitch is taken up every year. It's seeded.
Yes.
And they bring a red hawk from the Sunderland. In each area.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, Charlie Hurley, yes, as you said.
Charlie Hurley, Skipper's Bar.
Yeah.
Bobby Kerr, you'll see them as
Yeah.
Saturday. Wimbledon at home. Yeah. He was a dangerous striker.
He was, yeah.
Divorced his first wife, second wife died, and he's just had a heart attack. Get John.
There you
Good. Chief executive.
Yes, he did very well.
Good player.
Yeah. What does he do now?
Well, he's been coaching at Darlington recently.
Oh, has he?
Him and George Hurd.
Oh, George, oh, he's always around, isn't he?
In his time.
Yes. Well, the H-bombers, they were good.
Yeah.
Oh, why was that? Was he a lonely man, was he?
He was married and things, he just couldn't be... He suffered from insomnia big time.
Really?
Very nervous,
Oh, yes, there is his death, 1936. So you're right, he will be.
Yeah. Geordie.
George, yes. Yeah, he was a good winger, wasn't he? Crikey. I like it. Can you run up the other end quickly? I'm running out of film. Oh.
Just enjoyed doing that.
And how many children have we got, Brian?
2, a boy and a girl.
Oh, right.
Daughter's married and son's...
Do they, or
well,
is it just...
It's getting that way. It's getting that way. And then in the evenings after school, there's also what they call a study support group. And kids who are not very good at school are encouraged to come on a